What's up, everybody? Dean Roll with Ocali Sports here, joined with Chris Becker, Adam Engel, and Gabriel Trevino here to recap OSU's 31-20 victory over Kansas State in their first Big 12 game. Chris, what stood out today?
Well, Dean, I'm going to start with saying the numbers keep falling away from our favor. At some point, we're going to get replaced too. At first we replaced a twin, and now we're replacing Sadiq. So, it's looking less and less likely we'll end the season here. We might get hurt just like a receiving core.
Well,
but the receivers finally got healthy today, and that was a bad segue into what I was talking about, but it works.
That's awesome.
But the receivers were healthy today. Tay Martin was back. Jaden Bray was limited but back. Still missing Bryson Green and a couple others, but they finally kind of meshed, and the offense finally showed what it could be this year in the first half. Second half was a different story. They kind of got conservative and just didn't really do anything like they were doing in the first half. But at times they moved the ball, they missed a couple field goals. Like, they showed promise, and if they can get in that second half mode, OSU was on track to score 62 points at halftime. So if they can get going in the second half, not necessarily score 62 points, but score more than zero, then I think the offense is in a good place.
Yeah, Chris, absolutely right with the receivers. I mean, Blaine Green, welcome to Boone Pickens Stadium for him. He had a great night. Rashad Owens, 3 receptions as well. But you did talk about, Chris, about the missed field goals by Alex Hale, 49 yards. That is a long field goal, but for a guy like Alex Hale, Dean, Gabe, especially for the season he had last year, you'd expect him to make those. Coach Gundy kind of likened it to a sliced golf ball in the driving range, or not the driving range, just when you're playing golf, you're trying to swing the ball, it keeps slicing left, slicing right, and he said that's really the issue that Alex Hale has.
And to fix that issue, what did he say to do, Adam?
Grab some beer.
Grab some beer, exactly.
That too, but
he basically said it's going to take time, but he is still very confident in his good hair.
And then if he has beer, it's all going to be okay.
Yeah. So minimal worry from Gundy on the kicking game. Gabe seems to become even more consistent than the offense has been. The running game has been the past 2 games. The defense the past 4 games has continued to be a consistent force. What did you see from them today?
It's very similar to what happened the last couple of games. Under 24, or actually in the 20-point range for all 4 games of the season. Colby Hartfield played really well, had an interception. Malcolm Rodriguez, of course, was all over the place. Saw a lot from the secondary. They're rotating a lot of guys in. Corey Black, Thomas Harper got a lot of consistent playing time. So it was really just about rotating guys who were making plays. Jari from Conference had 3 pass breakups on the first drive of the game that limited K State to a field goal. So it's really consistent from the entire season, really, and they hope that they can keep it through the entire Big 12 play.
And Gabe, do you remember the secret Kobe Hartfield said to the defense? The secret ingredient for this defense is a guy named Jim Norris.
I'll just take that.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's just.
And to build off the defense, the big topic coming into this game is going to be Deuce Vaughn and can you contain him? Chris, can you kind of talk about how the Cowboys went about that and kind of holding him to? I believe he finished with 22 yards.
He had less than 100 yards, or he had more than 100 yards a game each game coming into this. And OSU's defense really stuffed him and could not let him get loose. I think he averaged less than 3 yards a carry. He could not get going, and he really struggled. And that's more emphasis on what OSU's defense can do than it is on him. Because we saw him, he killed OSU a little bit in the receiving game there. He broke off for a couple long ones, including a 55-yarder that started right here. What's the backup name?
Jaron Lewis, number 5.
Yeah, he kind of did some magic, Carson Wentz-esque Eagles play, where he was swallowed up and no one could see him, and all of a sudden the ball was out in the receiver's hands.
And then all of a sudden you see this guy just running.
Yeah, so that's really the only big play that Deuce Vaughn really had. Other than that, he was pretty contained, and that was the secret ingredient for OSU's success. And we said, coming into this game, so they did it. And look at the scoreboard proves that they did it.
Yeah, absolutely. Statistically wise, for rushing sake, Chris, Deuce Vaughn coming into this game, every single game, all 3 of the games this season beforehand have been 100+ yards with at least a touchdown. Yes, my hand's fine. But what did he do? He was stuffed. He did not score a single touchdown. He was held under 100 yards, and that was a big recipe for success for the Oklahoma State.
If another Leo goes down for the Cowboys, Brock Martin hurt. Gundy said he might miss a few weeks. He does not expect it to be season-ending, but there for a while when he was on the field, it looked pretty bad. They stabilized his arm, and he was not able to move it going off the field. But Gundy said he should just miss a few weeks. But if those injuries continue, Adam just proved that he could probably go out there with the emotions he has.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know me, I'm always an enthusiastic young reporter.
Yeah, Gabe, last thing kind of coming in here. It's been a bit of a trend the past couple times. OSU and K State have played off the kind of special teams, a little non-traditional scoring methods.
Right.
K State gets a 99-yard touchdown return. Malcolm Rodriguez swallows up a fumble in the end zone. How is those momentum swings, impactful in this game?
Well, yeah, as you said, like the first drive of the game, Kansas State goes down to the field, the OSU goes down, their first drive, touchdown. Seems like it's going to be a high-scoring game. Kansas State returns a kick all the way, 99-yard touchdown. So it was looking like it was going to be a really close game, high-scoring, and then boom, just Malcolm Rodriguez picks up the fumble in the end zone, touchdown. We got a couple big returns from Brendan Presley tonight. It looked like he might have been one step away from breaking one. So it was really just OSU really capitalized on Kansas State's mistakes, and it was just a really fast-paced game.
Chris, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with Gabe. It was very fast-paced. We were coming in, Dean and I, we talked about it on our podcast. This is we all expected it to be low scoring. I think the final score would be 2016. I think you picked it like 20-10 or something like that. Like
20-18.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. But no one expected OSU to kind of bust out these first few plays, or in K State too. 31-10 at halftime was kind of nowhere in the cards. That was to be the final score of the game, not the first half of the game. But the defense played great. Offense kind of showed some improvement. They're getting closer. That first half, Coach John said it. That's Cowboy football. 31 points and a half. That's Cowboy football. But then second half, you kind of sputtered through. But if they can get going in the second half and score 14 points in the second half, I think that'll do it. If they can keep going in the first half of the last two games.
All right.
Adam, any closing thoughts?
I mean, it was a fun one here from Boone Pickens Stadium. Kind of to add on what Chris said. People didn't really expect it to be that high scoring, but people on Twitter especially, I know a lot of Cowboy fans. Hey, I'm compensating for the airplane. I know a lot of Cowboy fans were like, man, where's this team been all year? Well, they've been right here, folks. They've just been a little banged up, but this is what you got. I think it was 21 points in the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken. Something Cowboy fans have not seen in a while.
All right, everybody.
It's late.
Chris Becker, Adam Engel, Gabriel Trevino, and Dean Rule here with the Ocali Sports, and we'll be back next week to cover the Baylor game, kickoff at 6, so expect this around Saturday at 11 next week for the Baylor game.
It's going to be a late one.
Thank you all for watching, folks.
We'll see you later.